The MeshNet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirmed she's expecting us. All we have to do now is head up and talk to her. No shenanigans this...
Oh, hello. Welcome. You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up. Have a seat. Would you like... Right to business, then. I can respect that. Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable about... Whatever you dig up, Chances are, if they aren't in the coalition... If they are in the coalition... Even if I do... So if I'm damned either way, at least then we can fight back on a familiar battlefield. Now... That's the long and short of it. My network admin is pulling their hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being... The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some... I'm hoping that you can do some digging, maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it. Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it will be a big help. Mostly little things. Word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic. So far, almost all of the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out. And more... That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protests was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a hell of a time putting out the fires. My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the Human Revolution if I don't have to. I guess I'm not, but my network admin assures me it's all coming from somewhere else. They told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones. All kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to even begin to claim to understand. I pay them big bucks, so I'm inclined to believe them unless you dig up something that... Not really. Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather... The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strangling. It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use a different OS than Lips, or, you know, Parallax is abusing its power to spread pro-tech propaganda. I'm sure you'll be a good journo and bring me back the right... I know Tin Hat Conspiracy. Anything else I can tell you, off the record? Like what? It's a fairly simple We started off in Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization. We focus on more in-depth reporting. We're one of the few good... Once folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they invested in the right places and it paid off. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes. All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us. Alright, look. So, you didn't hear this from me. That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop you fast.
Your journalists should be able to handle email. Let's try that.
What? Not
Oh,
wanting to
multiple
answer
choice.
prying questions from my coalition board isn't a good enough reason? Because I'd really like to avoid that. And look, you've covered culture wars, right? My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports. This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts. The fact that my network admin recommended you to me means you probably know the right people. Now, does that cover it? No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably plausible deniability. I won't ask you to lie in anything you write. Wink wink, nudge nudge. If you need anything else, have... Now, I'd show you the door. Good luck, and goodbye.
Well, that was more confrontational than I'd have expected, considering she was the one needing help. Is it always like this? Very true. If all of this really is due to somebody manipulating the mesh net on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all. That said, I will take care not to get my hopes up. We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path. Anyway, seems like our next step is... What the...